Hi guys, so here's the project for today. We're getting our trusses in place, and one of the things we have to deal with is the tension load at the bottom of the trusses. I mean, they lean against the compression ring, but there is a chance that there's some outward forces on it, so we're going to have this heavy steel band around it that's going to be bolted together. I had this made out of 1/2 inch by 6 inch steel, and fabricator rolled it for me. He had a little trouble here obviously with this end, and a little bit in this area too, so I'm gonna have to deal with that. But right now we're gonna split the thing in half. I already got a line started here, and then I've got these solid steel cold rolled pieces of bar, and I'm going to machine these with a hole all the way through them. I started on this one, and these are going to be laid into the ends of this material here and welded so that we can put a bolt through those holes and draw this ring together. So essentially it'll look something like that for the bolts, but we're going to drop it inside of this steel so that it's as close as possible to that surface for strength. So first thing we got to do is get this cut finished over here, and you don't want to listen to that because I'm going to run the grinder to do it. So I'll get back to you after that part of it's done.
It's already been cut in half. I've straightened it out, and that's what will be used for the clamp half sections. I want to cut a notch out into this so that it will accept this piece of tube and give me a lot of weld area around here. So have to do that in 4 places on each half, and then it can accommodate 2 of these things. They'll have holes in them so bolts can go all the way through to the other half. And this is the rig that I came up with to support things while I'm doing my so-called machine work. Got a hole saw set up and kind of a jig. I got a piece of bar here that I drilled into, and piece of angle, so that holds the pilot of my hole saw right here, and then I can cut down through this thing, and it should leave a notch 1.5 inches of the hole saw. So we'll see how this works out. It's kind of a rickety setup, but if I go slow it should work. Okay, so I cut the notches all the way through on this band, and now there's a place for these bosses to fit into, and I'll be able to weld all around the outside plus all around on the inside, so it'll be a pretty strong connection that way. Now all I got to do is deal with the bolt holes, so I got to drill some 3/4 inch holes through those pieces of bar. Well, I guess this is the beginning of my mountainside machine shop. I brought my 6 inch South Bend lathe up here. Thing's about 1956 vintage. First step to making these into a usable boss for bolting, I'm going to put them in the lathe here, face them off, center drill them, and then we'll drill a hole through them.
that quick hit with file just to take burr off the edge so it doesn't cut anything. So I've got a good flat face there to drill on so the bit won't be skipping off of there. So that drill puts a center mark into this thing that's perfectly centered onto my round part. And I'm just going to step the drill sizes up and drill halfway into this thing. Okay, then we hit it with a 3/4 inch bit.
There's a complete ring to hold all of the trusses together at the compression ring, and it just has to all go up in the middle there between those trusses and around the base of it. So we'll get to that next.
Yep. Okay, let it down. Go ahead.
It's loose. Okay, stop there. Okay. Stop there. Okay, take it up some more.
Alright, so here's what's going on up here. We have 35 of the main trusses, hips and centers, so they're all in place, and everything culminates at the compression ring in the middle. And then you just saw us put the band up here that will hold everything against the compression ring. Got both halves up here. Right now we got one truss that has to go into this area, and these large bolts will ultimately connect both halves of this together and allow it to be tightened up against these vertical members of the trusses to hold everything compressed down at the bottom here. Okay, so there's our lolly pole that we've been pulling everything up with on the block and tackle. You can see how all the trusses come together at the top of this compression ring, lean up against it, so there's pretty much equal force on each side, and ultimately once the sheathing's put onto the roof, it'll all be self-standing, so it'll just be sitting on top of the walls. It won't be really imposing too much force on them one way or the other.
Okay, let's do that. Okay, go ahead and take it up. Keep going. See if we can get it up to that block of wood. Okay, hold it there.
Push it, pull it.
Huh?
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead and pull up on it a little.